Easy people, welcome back to the new channel at We Are the South Stand MCFC. Got a special guest with me today, previewing the Newcastle game. Matty, my good friend from the Magpie channel. How are you doing, my mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm very good. I need some tips, though, mate. How we're going to win at Wembley, because we've got a final. So I need to ask you on this one.
Listen, you've just got to go there, get behind your lads, and you know what I mean. It's one of them things. I mean, with Wembley and that, I've been there. I mean, it took years for us to get there, like 20 odd, 30 odd years. And then we got there, and then we went something like 23 times in like 10 years. It's ridiculous. But, you know, the Wigan Cup final for us, we went to the FA Cup final playing Wigan. Everyone had said, Man City, Wigan done it. They believed in it. They got behind the team. And listen, mate, you guys deserve it. Or not long ago, me and you were on the Big Six. I turned around and said, you ain't going to win a trophy with Eddie Howe. And do you know what? This is one of them things where I hope he proves me wrong, because I want you guys to win it. I was rooting for you against Arsenal. And no, I've got a lot of friends at Newcastle. It's the fan base and the team. They have a lot of similarities to how City was at one point. So for me, I'd love nothing more to see you guys win that cup. I think it'd be brilliant for football as well. But you're up against a tough team in Liverpool. You know, they're doing their bit this season. But as you've seen the last couple of games, you know, Everton got into him a little bit the other night. I think you boys can turn that Wembley into a bit of a melting pot. I think it'd be good.
I mean, honestly, I fancy us. I think we'll learn a lot from how we messed up against the wrong side of Manchester 2 years ago. Do you know what I mean? We didn't turn up on that one. There was no experience in it. So I'm hoping it's going to be a different story this time around. Like, I just think we're going to want it more and we're going to need it more. So I think we're going to do it, man. Fingers crossed.
You've just got to get that first one off your back. Once you get the first one over the line, you know what it feels then as fans and as players that you've done it. So, and the rest start to come, you know what I mean? After Mancini lifted that FA Cup, and then we followed on with the league, and then the trophies just started coming after that. And it breeds a winning mentality amongst your supporters as well. And you've just got to get that first one over the line. Like you say, you've been in many a cup final over the last couple of decades. You've had a few, and you've just not been able to turn it into a trophy. But I hope, well, at the minute with Isak, the way he's playing and that, and your team looks good at the minute. I didn't think Eddie could turn it around early in the season. I was looking at it thinking, I don't think it's quite there, but I've got to take my hat off to him and the lads there. They've turned it around, mate.
Oh, they have, mate. I mean, we did have that really sticky patch, man. Like, I think it was 2 wins in 11, got battered off Brentford away, and a small minority of the fan base were starting to think, well, you know, is he the one? Should we try and get someone in who's got that experience, who's won trophies and that? And then we'll go and win 10 games in a row. Do you know what I mean? So it was
unreal.
Unreal. And when you've got players like Isak and Gordon that can win games on their own, do you know what I mean? So it's
100%. He's brilliant, Isak. I mean, his injury record over the last few years, a lot of people were sort of like, yeah, he's good, but he's always injured. But as soon as he started playing regular now, you can see what kind of player he is. You know what I mean? He's got everything, and he's only going to improve. And like, you see some of these teams like Arsenal and that, oh yeah, we should go and get Isak. And it's like, hold on a minute, mate. Why the fucking hell is he going there? No disrespect. You know what I mean? And do you think that I said these Geordies will burn that stadium down to the ground if you fucking went in there and took him? I said, because it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? But we'll just chat about Isak for a little bit. I mean, he's had a great season. We've had a bit of banter with the Haaland Isak thing, but for you guys, he's been a breath of fresh air, hasn't he? You know what I mean? The way he's started this season.
He's been unbelievable. I mean, you said it was the injury record why people were like a few eyebrows raised when we spent 63 million on him. And then the first season he was in and out. He looked unreal when he played, but it was a bit of game time missing. And last season he was in and out Champions League, but this year he's just been unbelievable, like unplayable. And that's why everyone's trying to say they want him now. They're going to get him now. He's worth 150 million and all this. And it blows my mind that Arsenal fans think they're going to get him. Honestly, mate, I can't get my head around it. And Sky Sports and other mainstream media keep putting this agenda out there saying, well, where's he going to go? Who's going to go to? There's only 2 teams you can go to, and that's you and Real Madrid. Forget your Barcelonas, forget your fucking Arsenals. They can't afford him, and you won't want to really go there. What you going to take a sideways step to Arsenal for? We've just knocked Arsenal out the cup. He's got a bad chance of winning here.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like you say, you keep him, you build a team around him. You know what I mean? You can get a trophy this season, then Champions League football, that's unreal. You know what I mean? That's a great. You can go to anyone in the world and say, "Look, do you want to come to this club? We're going places. We just won a trophy. We've got the Champions League coming up. We've got Isak up front. We've got Bruno in the midfield. You know, we've got Sven at the back. We've got a good little side." And no, mate, it's been a good season for Newcastle. Us, on the other hand, for our usual high standards. I mean, from the outside looking in, from a Newcastle, what's your thoughts on Man City season so far?
I've been scratching my eyebrows off just like Pep. To be honest, mate, I can't believe it. It's the same as him. He's scratching my head, thinking, "What is going on here?" And I know obviously the Roger injury and that, but you still wouldn't think there'd be that much of a drop off.
No,
You know, the amount of games you've lost, the amount of games you losing from winning positions. Just the other night against Real Madrid, a few minutes left, and even worse than that, it can happen against Madrid. You know, one of the best
yeah,
teams in the world, but certain games in the Premier League and against other teams where you've been 2-0, 3-0 up and that, and teams have came back in. It's just so mental to see, to be honest. I mean, I just can't believe the drop off. I can't believe the inconsistency. And that for the first time in my life, I'm going to the Etihad tomorrow, confident in result. Do you know what I mean? Not saying that, oh, we're going to come here, smash it, it's going to be easy 3 points. Even a draw would be nice because we've never won in the Premier League at the Etihad, which is mental. We haven't even scored a goal there since 2018. Haven't even scored since 2018 at the Etihad in the league. So
it's well. Let me tell you this. This will be your best chance because if anyone needs a gift or a peggy up or a bit of a lift, come to the Etihad at the minute. You know what I mean? We're rolling out the red carpet. Even the worst Man United team I've seen in many a time came there and won. We got beat off Tottenham 4-0 at the Etihad. At
bloody hell.
Tottenham, by the way. So fucking unbelievable. You know what I mean? But we are getting a little bit better. We are getting a few players back from injuries. He has gone out in the January transfer window, spent nearly 200 million. He's brought players in. So I'm expecting to be better performance-wise. But you are right to come there with confidence because at the minute it's not been good. The Madrid game, like you say, 85 minutes. We're happy 2-1. We're going to Bernabeu. We've got a bit of a game of it. 6 minutes later, 3-2 down. Story of the game, you know, the season. 2-0 up in Paris, got beat 4-2. 1-0 up in Lisbon, beat 4-1. 2-0 up at Brentford, 2-2. 3-0 up against Feyenoord, 3-0. So this is definitely not the Man City you're used to seeing, the game management side of it, seeing teams off. Every now and then we throw a mad performance in. We've done Forest 3-0. We've done Chelsea 3-1. So every now and then it does. They are capable of biting back. But, I mean, tomorrow we've got a couple of injuries again, but I think City's going to put the new signings in. I think KHUSANOV's definitely going to play. Nico maybe gets his first taste of the Etihad. He's got a bit of a knock. And Mamouche just needs a goal, I think. But
KHUSANOV's a good player, mate. We wanted him, mate. We wanted him, but obviously he's going to choose City. But we couldn't spend any money because of FFP anyways. We wanted him in the summer, and then obviously Hughes came in and he's away. But he will be a class player. He's obviously so young right now, but he is going to be top him. Like, so you've got a good one there.
He looks it, yeah, he really does. And we've just got it's a bit of a rebuild transitional period. We've just got to stay patient, stay calm. I mean, if somebody had said, listen, you're going to win 4 Premier Leagues on the trot and a treble, but you've got to take a couple of seasons on, bang on the chin, you're going to take that. You know what I mean? And this is what I say to some City fans. You know what I mean? It can't always be win. Football don't work like that. There comes a time when players get injured. You take the eye off the ball a little bit. You don't really have a good window. You know, you let some people go you shouldn't have let go. And then all of a sudden you find yourself in chaos. But I think that with City, the chairman, he's backed it in the January window. He's giving the players he wants. He's going to give him the players in the summer. And we've got to get back on track. But tomorrow,
who's the injury tomorrow, Steve?
Ake went off. Don't know if he's injured. AKANJI's out for the season. So he's a big miss. So it's just a case of Oscar Bob's still not quite fit. Obviously the big one was Rodri for the whole season, but I've seen pictures of him running around, so I don't know what he's trying. He needs to just relax because we don't want to rush him back.
No,
but I think I'll be honest with you, Matty. We a little bit against Real Madrid the other night. The last 10 minutes, I looked on the pitch, and it broke my heart a little bit because we looked like it looked like Masters football. Like, remember you watched Masters football and they're walking with the ball and that? City were doing that a lot. And I thought, we've just not got the legs. And then you see the youth of Madrid and you've got Rodrigo, Vinny, Bellingham, Mbappe, and the fact they're running all over the pitch, the movement. And I thought, we need that in the summer. We need to get some youth in there, some legs in there. But I literally can't go into the game and tell you how we're going to be. If the Chelsea City team turns up, I think we beat Newcastle. If any of the other games City turns up, I think Newcastle get a result. You know what I mean? But is Gordon fit?
Yeah, he should be fine, mate. Eddie Howe said in his press conference today that he should be all good to play. So let's hope that's the case. Big miss is obviously Botman at the back. Not sure on Joe Linton if he's going to be back yet. Probably not. So we've got a couple of injuries as well, but our pace will hopefully be the threat tomorrow that makes the difference. You mentioned there, he's been a bit knackered walking football and that. Gordon, Isak, Murphy, Tonali, Lewis Hall, these are all quick, athletic players who could hopefully do the business for us.
That's what we're struggling against, energy. I mean, Club Brugge came to us the other day, and they was everything we hate. They were young, energetic, and they got about us a little bit. In the end, we got through it. But, I mean, our saving grace is the big fella up front. You know what I mean? People can call him. But the guy can not have a touch for 60 minutes and then score 3. You know what I mean? He can, City is scared of crossing the ball to him because, I see Newcastle get down that line and whip them balls in. I've seen that Isak rise, bang. We've got a player just the same, but we don't cross the ball. We cut inside and pass it into the midfield, and he's frustrated, Haaland. You know what I mean? But I think Pep's scared of getting caught in the transition, and I think that's what he's going to be scared of against Newcastle, obviously, with the pace. I mean, we played you last season, and Gordon done us a few times on the break. So we've got to be careful of that. But, I mean, from a Newcastle point of view, looking at the City team, I think the defence, you're going to be licking your lips thinking we can get something. But it's the strike force, isn't it? The Savinho, Doku, Foden, Mamouche, Haaland. We've always got that threat with them, you know what I mean?
I'm always going to be worried when our Haaland's up top and he's probably going to come up against a makeshift defence tomorrow, to be fair, because there's no Botman. Dan Burn was a doubt as well. They think he's going to be okay, but again, even if it was a fully fit Dan Burn, the likes of Foden, Haaland are going to fancy the chances against him. He's been unbelievable for us. He's a unit. He's a brick wall, but a bit of pace, a bit of technicality, you probably will get yourself around him. And I think that Mamouche as well. Do you know what I mean? Like you said before, he needs that goal, and he'll lift off. He could get that tomorrow and go on to score 2 or 3. Do you know what I mean? So we've got to be wary. I think it's going to be a really good game, mate. I do. I think it's going to be both teams going for it. I remember last time Newcastle played Man City, I think Pep said, Eddie Howe, that's not how you normally play football. What's happened there? Because he tried to be a bit more, resilient, a bit more harder to beat, not that much open and on the counter and stuff. But tomorrow, I think we've got to get back to that, because I think they need to realise that it's the best chance we're ever going to get to go there and win. So
and we're neck and neck in the league for the top 4. You know what I mean? We're all fighting for it. See, I think that's the priority for City to get in that top 4, because financially it makes sense, and for attracting players. But I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the financial thing and the state of the game, the way the football is. When Newcastle took over, the excitement in Newcastle was fantastic to see all the fans there. And I think everybody else thought, they're going to come in and do what they're doing. They have come in and they have changed it, and they are doing stuff. I believe they're building training grounds and fan things and stuff around the ground. But does it not frustrate you that this FFP, PSR bullshit is just a flawed concept in football, and it just doesn't work? Because how can you have a good season and having to go and sell players, and Aston Villa have a good season, and you're trading youngsters for bigger cash and moving it around? Surely that's more detrimental to the game than actually letting owners spend within what they want on their own team.
There's just the irony is that there's nothing fair about it. Financial fair play, and there's nothing fair about it. How can we have the richest owners in world football and we'll have to sell our 2 best young players, Anderson to Forest, Minton to Brighton, last summer, and we haven't signed anybody for the last 3 transfer windows? We haven't made a single sign of any note. Like Kylian free, we actually just sold him to make a profit. We haven't done anything. We haven't improved the starting 11 for the last few
No.
windows. We haven't been able to kick on. Like you say, you get that Champions League season, and you think, right, here we go, lift off. And it's just like, nah, it's back down the roller coaster again. And it's a rocky one. And it's it's so unfair, man. I just think it's absolute nonsense how all they want is to keep the man. They'll be devastated that Man U and Spurs are bottom half the Premier League. Absolutely wounded that they're not top four. That little old
Yeah.
Newcastle and Forest are breaking in, and Bournemouth are doing great, and Villa did it. They'll be devastated, man, because it doesn't sell. They don't want that week season in, season out. They want these clubs who've already got the massive followings and everything there in place, because it's just an absolute joke, man, how we haven't been able to kick on, and it's holding us back. It really is, mate. It's stopping us from trying to do what you did, or even anywhere near that, and what Chelsea already did 20, 30 years ago. So what these rules are an absolute disgrace, because the horse was already bolted. Do you know what I mean? People had already spent money. Man, you just keep on spending what they want, doing what they want. It's just absolute nonsense, mate. It winds me up. Really fucking winds me up.
Well, United, the place is a shithole. They're £800 million in debt. They somehow can do what they want because it's a turnover based model where your spending's against your turnover. But it's flawed. You're never going to get teams like Bournemouth and Brighton, who have got 25, 30,000 capacity stadiums, turning over big money. You know what I mean? This is why City, what they've done is they've built the Co-op Live stadium with the Co-op, and then we're now building the biggest hotel in Manchester is now attached to the stadium. So
Right.
the match day packages that you're going to get and the concert packages you're going to get at the stadium and all that, it's going to generate millions and millions onto Manchester City's annual turnover. So they've decided, right, we need to get the turnover up. So the whole city square that they built with a concert thing and the metro link and all that, after 10 years, they've flattened it and they're redoing it again. You know what I mean? So they're doing it because they've changed the rules. The Premier League have changed the rules. We used to, under Sheikh Mansour, we used to get Carabao Cup games for £1 sometimes, and people used to laugh. But when you're living in an area where kids can't afford it, if you're a single dad and you've got a couple of kids, you want to take them to the game. If it comes up, kids for £1, fucking hell, that's a lifesaver for a dad or a family to take the kids. But now we can't do kids for £1 because the turnover's got to be high. The Southern clubs' turnovers are double ours because their tickets are double, the revenue is double. So us Northern clubs, we're fighting against a losing battle. So we've got to find other revenue streams. It's like with City Square, they're trying to get everybody to the stadium early to spend the money in the ground or around the ground instead of spending it at the pub. I think you guys will be the same when you get your fan zones up and all that. It's about getting the customer in early. You know what I mean?
We've done that this season. We've got the Stack fan zone up now, which is basically like a box park. Do you know what I mean? Shooting country has big stage. It's class, man. It's really good. So that's what they're doing, and obviously all the talk we'll find out for sure next month is that we're going to build a new stadium, or at least expand St James's. So there's talks of a new 70,000 seat stadium, or expanding St James's to about 63,000. So these are the things you have to do: more corporate boxes, bigger sponsors. It's the only way around it slightly, isn't it?
The only thing I'm going to tell you, we're having a very big problem at City now. I don't know if you've seen the other night the videos against Real Madrid. All the tourists in the home end with cameras, and some guy was cutting someone's fucking hair in the seats with clippers. It's mental. Like, I don't see it because I'm in the South Stand. We've got our own little culture in there, and did you see the banner?
I've seen the banner. Stop crying.
That was my banner.
Was it?
I designed that. I designed that banner. The 1894 asked me to do a banner. What do you think? And I give them that idea, and they ran with it. But listen, 85 minutes, best banner in the world. You know what I mean? 6 minutes later, the banner made us lose. It's like, fuck off. That banner, mate, that's gone around the world on every single news channel in the world. You can't get publicity like that. Do you know how powerful that banner is? So that shows you the power of the fans. If we get a banner out there complaining about ticket prices, etc., in one of them games, it's going to go crazy. You know what I mean? So we're trying at one end to get it going. The other end is a bit mad. And like you say, all I'm trying to tell you is you will see it as you grow as Newcastle. You will see this kind of fan coming in. And like you say, I've got no problem with foreign fans coming to support the team. get behind the team, sing for the lads, do what you're doing. I've seen it in the South Stand, loads of guys coming in there, and it's brilliant. But then I've seen the downside of it, mate, and it's starting to grate on people. You know what I mean? People can't get tickets. I could only take one of my sons to the game the other night because I couldn't get him another ticket. And then I go in there, and there's 6 Real Madrid fans in a row. You see people doing raffles online for 10 tickets and that. It's starting to piss everybody off. And I mean, you're in the relatively early days of it at St. James's Park, but have you noticed anything changing about your club when you've got the dough?
Oh, yeah, this is coming a mile off this. Like, so it's the same here, where obviously not to that extent yet, but people are saying, like, apart from obviously your big games like Arsenal and stuff this year, that's been the worst atmosphere at St. James's Park for a very long time. And it's because you're getting these people in who are coming over from America, coming over from here, there, and everywhere, or even just fans up here who've got a bit more money, who are spending 200-300 quid on a ticket, where the normal bloke who's working 9 to 5 can't afford to do that. So you're getting people in and around us who are like just neutrals or students with a bit of money or tourists for the weekend coming over from fucking Amsterdam on the ferry, and they're all spending 500 quid each in the club shop. And that's what they want. Do you know what I mean? That's what the club want. That's what they're aiming for. And people have been moved at St. James's Park from behind the goal into the middle now, and they've made that into like a hospitality where that you should just be bog standard grey seats. Now they've made the nice little cushion seats and come 3 hours early, get a fucking bottle of Prosecco.
That's what happened to us. That's what happened to us.
No,
We've got the Tunnel Club, Glass Tunnel Club. You can sit, have your meal, and look through the tunnel. The players are there, £1,000 a game. You go out onto the pitch when the players are warming up. There's a little ringed area for the Tunnel Club. They're all stood on the pitch while the players are warming up. And then during the game, they've got waitresses stood there. You can order a latte to your seat while you're fucking sat there. And then Pep's kicking off in the game, turning to the Tunnel Club, £1,000 a seat, going, where's the atmosphere? When there's fucking 12,000 nutters at one end trying to get it going, and then he's shouting at them, you know what I mean? So these are the pitfalls, I think, of becoming a big club. You become a product that people want to watch. Somehow you've got to find a balance for it. I think United have they have them all in the North Stand, right in the top tier. They sell like tourist packages. So they come, they do the museum, the Red Cafe, voucher for the shop, and then they go and sit up there out the way. But I don't know, mate. I just think modern football as a whole, not even just City and Newcastle, I think modern football as a whole is fucking just shit now. You know what I mean?
Man. It is. I'll tell you what I actually liked last weekend is when I went, even though I'm not a big fan of the place itself, Birmingham, but the St. Andrews atmosphere, old school, close to the ground, people going mental, you know, the sliding tackles and everything. The game itself and the stadium was just a throwback, and something you miss now, like, because when I've been to Old Trafford, dead. Only any sort of noise and vibration if they score. Anfield, getting dead excited a couple of years ago. Anfield, famous atmosphere, shite, dead, quiet, loads of tourists. So either the Premier League is suffering like that, like.
Yeah, well, I went Leyton Orient last week, and I said it on my channel. I said it was a proper throwback to an old school game. Bit of rain, blood, thunder, fucking halfway line goal for Leyton Orient, people on the pitch, people dancing in the apartment block next to the ground. It's like sometimes when you go to these shiny stadiums every week, you take your eye off real football. Sometimes you need to smell the grass. You need to fucking go to a ground and think, fucking hell, it's a bit dodgy down here. I mean, all right, having a walk down there and that. You need to feel that a little bit, you know what I mean? And yeah, I just remember the good. I remember the days of back when I was growing up, you'd watch Italian Night on a Sunday. There'd be 100 players in Serie A you wanted to watch, strikers all over the place. You know what I mean? And then now you look in the Premier League and it's the best league in the world. I'm thinking, is it? Or is the standard of football just dropped around the world? You know what I mean?
I remember that Channel 4. What was it, Golazio or something, wasn't it?
Well, that's yeah.
Unreal. But you don't really get that now. You didn't get the, even when you watch everything. You're watching Champions League highlights of all the games during the week, and there's now really special that stands out, like, especially in the Premier League now.
And like you say, when I was a bit younger, I remember Newcastle coming to Main Road, Kevin Keegan, 3-3, Faustino Asprilla, absolutely outstanding. He fucking scored. I think he headbutted Keith Curle, elbowed him in the face. Philip Albert scored. It was a great game of football. I went to Newcastle when I was a kid, and we beat you in the Coca-Cola Cup 2-1 at St James's, which we were the underdogs. We won. But I just feel like this season, I think the football world always likes Newcastle. I think they always like Newcastle as like, oh, we like Newcastle, the second team. I hope Newcastle do well. Bit like City. Oh, we like City. They're great. We want them to win. As soon as you start winning, mate, fucking hell, we hate Newcastle. Them bastards. They've got more money. They're oil. That's all going to come. You know that, don't you?
Oh, I'm fully prepared. I remember when people used to. It's kind of that. Oh, I like Newcastle, the entertainers and all that. Shearer and that. Oh, great team, great city, and all that. But when you start beating their team, so for example, Arsenal and that, they used to be like, I love Newcastle, great night out, great city, lovely stadium. Now they come up here and it's like, shite stadium, they actually put all the way up there, whinging because they're getting beat 2-0 every time now. So it's quickly changed around. Do you know what I mean? They don't want to know now, don't want to come up anymore. So,
mate, listen.
As soon as we win a couple of trophies, it'll be like, what's happening to you, man? Everyone will just start battering. Well, it's only because of the money and all that, even though we're kind of fucking spend a penny for 5 years.
Well, we every away game we go to in Europe, there's a banner saying oil, money, ruining football, no Arabs in football, cheats. United had a banner at Old Trafford mocking how many years we hadn't won a trophy. And then you've got people like Ian Wright and Jamie Carragher saying, oh, that banner was disrespectful. So wasn't the banner on the Stretford End disrespectful? No, because it's Man City. We can just piss on them. But the second Man City dare put a banner up that's a little bit of banter about Real Madrid with disrespecting the football world. I'm like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Fuck it. There'll be plenty more banners. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. But listen, Matt, thank you for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. Give me a score prediction. Let's do it.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll be optimistic, mate. I'll go for a 2-1 Newcastle win. I just think on the counter, Gordon, maybe even a Murphy, and then Haaland for you lot. 2-1, but don't get us wrong. I'd be happy with a entertaining 2-2 because every time I've come to the Etihad, I've left absolutely battered. Not just off the drink, the scoreline as well, mate.
Are you going tomorrow, yeah? Are you going?
Oh, absolutely, mate. I will be there.
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to go the opposite to you. I'm going to go 2-1 City. I think we might get the job done tomorrow. We've got a tough week coming up, Real Madrid and then Liverpool. So we need a bit of a break. But I just want to say, enjoy the game, mate. Stay safe. And I wish you all the best in the cup final. So you'll know that I'll be cheering on. Go there, enjoy it, sing your hearts out, and make sure you get that first bit of silverware in the cabinet.
Mate, we need it, man. Haven't seen one in my lifetime. I'm praying for it.
No problem, mate. All the best, mate. Thank you very much.
All the best, mate. See you later.